Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Thursday, April 7th, 2022. Again, if you're not following me on GematriaEffectNews 25, make sure you are. You got to see that content over here. But I did hop on tonight to say congrats to the winners. Again, I've been teaching you guys for weeks. This is like the 10th week straight of the Thursday rituals just pounding. And tonight they were either 4-0 or 4-5, depending on how you played them. And again, these are lessons we've benefited from for years from understanding how the games are rigged, and you can too. And again, just to go through the hockey and NBA games tonight where this riddle applied for Thursday, notice the Rangers picked up their 46th win defeating the Penguins. Got the 46th win on a Thursday. Again, if you don't know why that's important, we'll get to it in just a moment. The Hurricanes picked up their 46th win tonight over the Sabres. Not a whole lot of value there, but again, with parlays, you can go the distance. And the Maple Leafs got their 46th win tonight, defeating the Stars on the road. So in hockey, picking up the 46 was 3-0. There wasn't any other team that had a shot at 46. All three teams that did, they all hit. So 3-0 with the 46. And then in the NBA, there was a game tonight where if Minnesota won, they were going to get their 46th win, and the Spurs would pick up their 46th loss. Absolutely perfect for Thursday. And so, again, had you taken all four of those games together in a parlay, you put it together, small little bet, has a big multiplier effect. And the one thing that can be tricky is when a team can stay on a numbers. It's never as consistent as picking up the win or the loss. It's like if you have to rank it, it's like if they can pick up the win, that seems to be the highest percentage chance on a Thursday with the 46. If they can pick up the loss, also a pretty high percentage chance. If they can stay on it, some Thursdays you'll see it's perfect, but it's really the rockiest one, staying on the number. So the Raptors tonight were on 46 wins, but they picked up another W and got the 47th. And, today is April 7th, right? 4-7, so I imagine most people in the community knew better than to take this one, especially with the whole Supreme Court ritual. Again, 5 years ago today, Donald Trump got his first Supreme Court justice, Neil McGill Gorsuch. 5 years to the day later, Joe Biden gets his first Supreme Court justice, and as we know in Gematria, Judge 47, Gavel 47. And today for Ketanji Brown Jackson, her first name also equals 47. 47 no votes for her today. So anyway, I'm sure a lot of people knew to stay away from the Raptors staying on 46 on April 7th. Had it not fallen on that, higher percentage chance it would have stayed on 46. But the point is, the four games tonight where the 46 could be picked up, they all came through. And again, Gematria, you guys, I like I've taught you, 35 Thursday. And if you get to the part of the season where the 35s aren't so much around because it's deeper into the season and now people are picking up the 46, again, these are the numbers on Thursday. Thursday equals 35 in Gematria, 35 Thursday smashes. 46 can also be really good. And again, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Thursday's 46. But for all of you guys who continue to think this is a coincidence week after week, I really want you to ask, what's wrong with yourself? How could this be a coincidence week after week? I mean, I've been on here for, 10 straight Thursdays now, and realize it's been going on for years. This isn't anything new. But I just realized this might be a way to make the point to people who just don't get it. Just come back each Thursday and just say, see, this is one of the things we've learned in this community. This number plays really well on Thursday. And again, for those of you guys who always ask the same question, well, what about the other days of the week? Again, nothing plays as well as Thursday, and the reason why is because of what Thursday is named after, Jupiter. And Jupiter is super important to the Catholic Church, and like I keep telling you guys, the Roman Catholic Church controls the show. The Jesuits control the show. The Catholic orders control the show, like Skull and Bones, Knights of Malta. All these things are Catholic. They run the nation. They run the world. You see how Catholic's the same thing? 35 forwards, 46 in reverse? Just like Thursday. The first pope of the Catholic Church is Peter. Jupiter. That's what Thursday is named after. And again, this is a valuable lesson that I've taught you guys for free, and I got people talking shit in the comments. It's like, do you know how valuable this lesson is that I've taught you? This is a lifelong earner unless enough people catch on that they got to switch up the game. But this is something, and like I told you, there will be, it's gone 10 straight weeks now where it's been a winner for 10 straight weeks. And eventually the week will come where, maybe it hits in 40% of the games. And you're like, damn, that was disappointing. Why didn't it hit in? Why was it so bad tonight? Well, it could happen the next week too, 40%. But man, you keep riding it, then you'll get back on that streak where it goes 10 weeks. And in several of those weeks, it's a perfect pattern. It's always nice to have a night where all of your plays come through. And again, you've seen in this 10-week streak, there's been weeks where it hit in like 3 games, but not in 2. But in 2 of the 3 it hit in, they were big dogs. So it's not like that was a bad night. I mean, had you laid a straight bet down on all those, you came out way ahead. Had you parlayed all 5, well, you didn't win that week. But again, that's why when you do this, you learn betting strategy too. There's a game you really like. You're going to put your bread and butter on that one. And then you're going to put together, a parlay or 2 and try to hit on one or both of those and get another fat payout. Like that basketball game tonight where the 46 could hit on both sides. Really good sign. And, so Thursday, killing it. And, hey, in the Masters, if you joined our Masters discussion, a gentleman with 50-1 odds who's up at the top of the leaderboard today, we thought he had a great Masters narrative with a nice 50-1 payout. And again, you only got to bet $1 on that to win $50. And I don't know about you, but I feel pretty good when I win $50. And that's the nice thing about golf, too. And again, he hasn't won the tournament yet, and it's not to say that he's going to win the tournament, but we saw that, a low investment golfer with a really nice Masters ritual, and on day one, guess what? The 50-1 Mr. M is up on top. And again, the last 3 years, we have been able to call the Masters winner out of the gate. So we'll see how we fare this year. Tigers in contention. You might want to watch that movie Beggar Vance starring Will Smith. Or you might want to listen to what I had to say on Patreon. Again, you guys, we only charge $5 a month. Had you signed up for the knowledge, you already paid for, just tonight, a little parlay on the games tonight. You already paid for, easily, you just put a $5 bill down. You probably nearly paid for a whole year's subscription on Patreon. You know what I mean? So, Gematria, the knowledge that pays big dividends. And the Lakers are about to pick up their 49th loss. I just taught you about the Warriors in 49 this weekend with the mass shooting. Warriors is 49 in the most pure cipher, fitting the Lakers pick. I mean, no surprise there. This is a big favorite game, but still. Warriors 49 in the most pure cipher, picking up the 49th loss. You just look, the other day, the Bucks were playing the Bulls. It wasn't a big value game either, but just a lifelong pattern that we've been talking about. Chicago Bulls 49. Milwaukee Bucks the Bucks got their 49th win over the Bulls. Warriors 49. And think about the rituals they did the other year with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and surpassing Jordan and on Kobe's last day. Anyway, big rituals. But you just realize, you pay attention day after day, you just see how the patterns persist. And where you look for these patterns is in the games that have value, the upsets. But again, you use the knowledge day after day, you'll see the way things line up, way beyond coincidence. And we'll keep it short and sweet. I've been working hard all day, but again, just wanted to get on here and say congrats to the winners. All the Gematria critics, again, you guys don't have a leg to stand on. I got 2 books out there. I got this book that talks about the Supreme Court 47 thing and the Neil McGill Gorsuch example on April 7th. And I got this book that talks about the Supreme Court April 7th. Just the 47 pattern with judges. And now look, I mean, again, just to show you guys it's about more than sports. The base ciphers. Again, all these ciphers are important to know. Remember, when I write out 15, remember the other night, Kansas was down 15 at the half, a record comeback. 15 with the alphabetic order 65, just like Kansas. It was 65 days after the state's birthday of Kansas, established January 29th. And it was 65 years since the last time Kansas and USC met in the championship. 15 is also 38, like UNC. We'll come back to Kansas, but just notice Kansas Jayhawks equals 163. Comeback equals 163 when running it in reverse. 163 is the 38th prime. They had the 38-point comeback over UNC, right? They were down 15 at the half. And if you followed my work for years, you know how I've always talked about 15 and 38, the relationship with those numbers. 15 also 124, and you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Kansas is 124 season. Bill Self stays on 124 losses. North Carolina Tar Heels, 124. And then 15's 34, and they got their 34th win of the season. Kansas is the 34th state. Tar Heels is also 34. I thought when the tournament began, again, I told my people, we had a very great tournament. You know, if you hear anybody trying to put down the work we did in the tournament, trust me, that person's total disinformation, must work for the casinos and bookies. Again, we stole from the casinos and bookies and dominated the tournament again as we do year after year, as we dominate college sports year after year. But again, at the start of the tournament, I pointed out to my community, I said, you see how they got a picture of Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga with his 34 jersey? And again, the name Holmgren's 34. I said, you know, that's a big number right now in news and in sports. Ends up being the 34th state, Kansas, that wins it. And I told my people to put in a chip for Kansas to win it all after the first round because they were the only team that scored 83 points that was flying under the radar when they still had 5-1 odds. And again, that's the beauty of having this knowledge. It allows you to see where the winner might be, and you can put a few chips down and likely hit the winning scenario and come out ahead. If you smash through the whole tournament and then hit 5-1 on the champion as well, you've done well. I've seen a lot of trolls trying to talk shit about the tournament, and it's just a joke, man. It's like these people are talking shit about the most winningest community of the March Madness tournament that's out there. I guarantee it. And anyway, I mean, you guys just look at it. This is the system. I didn't figure out overnight that this was the system. This took years and years of research. I'm teaching you some of the most valuable information there is in the world, period. And especially when it comes to sports gambling, and people are down in the comments, it's just sad. But for all of you who do get it, be grateful for these morons who don't, because if they all caught on, we wouldn't be able to earn. They'd have to switch up their system. And again, congrats to the winners. And learn Gematria. And again, I only charge $5 a month, so great place to learn it from. There's a number of other people in the community who've learned from me, who've set up their own Patreons, who are doing even more sports decoding. You know, they might not have as much experience, but before long, you know, they'll be right there because they're working hard at it. So support those people too. And yeah, again, congrats to the winners. By the way, I mean, if you guys sign up for the Patreon, even though if you didn't know this, when you sign up for someone's Patreon, you get access to all their content. So you can scroll back and watch older stuff. I mean, there's so much information on my Patreon to learn from. So, Chris made 500. Nice work, buddy. I do not have a Stanley Cup. I haven't done any real work this year on the NBA future or the Stanley Cup future. I've been working on my book for all of the NBA and NHL season, and it's just crazy to me how just time flies by. I can't believe it's already playoff time. But I haven't really worked on futures for the NHL or NBA. I will be covering stuff in the playoffs, though, and trying to figure it out. But again, you don't just have to hit on futures, too. You just use this knowledge, especially when Thursday rolls around. Again, just build up your bankroll, and then when you see the right riddle. And that's the thing. When you have this knowledge, you won't need to wait for me to give you the future. When you have the knowledge, when you're listening to what I'm saying, getting clued into the patterns, just with your own eyes and ears, you're going to be out there having the TV on one day, and you're going to hear him say something and be like, wait a minute, that's exactly what we've been talking about. Let me clue into that right there. So if you go to the website, GematriaEffectSports.com, it's actually not my website. Shout out to Jeremy White. He built the website. But, you know, you got Victor's page on there. You got Rod's page. I'm not sure if Martin's decoding right now, but you got the links to Victor and Rod, who are definitely decoding every day and doing a great job. Rod's gone on his own path, really, and he's doing things a lot different than how he learned from me. But he's winning. So, and it's all numbers oriented. I mean, he's looking very specifically at lines, and he's gotten into moon phases. I mean, it's all really interesting. And again, he's winning. So you can learn something Rod's still teaching the fundamentals like I do, but he's brought a lot of his own components into it. And naturally, that's what happens. Somebody learns something, and then, you know, they make their own observations, and they're like, you know what? Having this piece of information is also helping me out. So Victor and Rod do a great job. Itachi, you know, he's got Itachi Decodes channel, and he started a Patreon page. He hasn't really learned how to make a video right yet. I don't know what the holdup is over there, but Yeah, and you know, there's other people who just put out content for free, like Kayla Decode Talker. I keep telling her to start her own Patreon, but you know, just follow all these people. Kayla put out a winning piece of information on Jordan's birthday. I'm kicking myself. I mean, we had a great time on Jordan's birthday. We had an excellent day, but man, I'm like, man, we could have become millionaires had I seen what Kayla saw. I forgot to look at Jordan's old college, UNC, who made it to the championship on his birthday. They had the ultimate ritual against them by Pitt that paid like 8-1. UNC got upset and fell to 18-8. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, 188. Greatest of all time, 188. Remember the other year I gave that to you guys for free. Brady winning the Super Bowl 188 days after his 43rd birthday. Greatest of all time, 188. GOAT, 43. You know? So. Yeah, Kayla's in the chat right now. Kayla, you really should start a Patreon. So Itachi's usually in here, but it's late. He's on the East Coast. He might already went to bed. But anyway, congrats to the winners. We'll hope our guys that we got irons in the fire for the golf tournament stay up at the top. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes. All right, you guys have a good rest of your night. If you're in that other part of the world, have a good rest of your day. And again, one more time, congrats to the winners. Links for my Patreon also in the description of the video if you're interested. Till next time.